Welcome people, welcome back to my channel, Big Si Vlogs. I am Big Si. We've got Danny Tommo at shared Livestream. What he's telling you about is he's telling you about the donations people have given to him, what he's raised, whatever he's got in the pot, and he's seen a boat and he's going to buy the boat. As to why, I don't know, I just share the videos. Right, so Danny Tommo. Incidentally, on my channel, I also share stuff like weight loss. So if you're on MJ, I cover weight loss, diet, vlogs. I also cover live music and travel, different areas of the world. So if you like what you're seeing on my channel and you want to support me, there's a button at the top there you can press. It's you can buy me a coffee, and I'm very grateful for the coffees. When I'm sat editing, I take advantage of the coffee. Or you can help me out is another way by you can click the button there, subscribe and like. And if you want to help me a different way altogether, you can click the tab button at the bottom with super thanks. Either way, I'm just grateful you're here to support me. I'm grateful. 4,000 subscribers I've got now on this channel, and on TikTok we've got 25,000. So let's get into it. He's Danny Thomas. Why is it coming out like that? 1 second. Shame. How do I switch it to landscape? I don't know what I've done here. Nightmare. Can you do that while you're... Good evening, good evening. Just wait for everyone to get on. Can you not switch it to... oh, it doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter. Love a technical issue, me, don't I? Okay, let's do all formalities. Make sure you can hear me. Make sure everyone can hear me. Let's wait for a few people to come on. Hope everyone's good. Hope everyone's enjoying their Saturday. Okay, I think we're good to go. So, hello. It's been a few days since I've been on. Okay, cool. So I want to talk to you about a few things, really. There's a few things that need to be said and a few things that need to make sure you guys are fully aware. So first off, I would just like to say, is boxing on? Oh, okay, my apologies. So I'm gonna be as quick as I can. So in terms of the boat fund, I just want a big thank you to absolutely everybody that put into that. Incredible response. Obviously, firstly we had the GoFundMe cancel, which was a nightmare. And then obviously we dropped to the Buy Me a Coffee app. So Buy Me a Coffee app, what happened is that loads of people donated again, which they got a refund from GoFundMe. And I thought, and I got an email from Buy Me a Coffee that said, we're going to refund everyone. I thought, here we go again. Here we go again. Turns out the payment system behind Buy Me a Coffee, which I'd signed up to, retained all the money and started paying it out. So we got all of that money. None of it's been refunded, and we got all of it. So I want to be transparent with what we got through that. So obviously the GoFundMe got cancelled and we got a refund on that. Buy Me a Coffee, before the Buy Me a Coffee app decided not to have me on there anymore, £14,300. So incredible response, really. Absolutely incredible response. Then we put the PayPal link up. We had 1,900 since then. First thing I want to say is no more donations. Do not donate to any more links. We do not need any more money for the boat fund. So yeah, fantastic. So 14, 15, 16. So just over £16,000 for the boat. Incredible. So I found a boat. I'm not going to say too much about the boat yet, but we're going to be live streaming the purchase of that boat next week. Just so you're fully, happy with where your money went and everything else. It's a proper boat. It will do what we need it to do, and if we need to do other things, it will definitely do that too. So yeah, so the boat is just over £12,000. That's how much the boat is, £12,000. So we're going to run it through having it serviced completely. It has had bits and bobs, but we're going to throw it into someone. I've already found someone that can service the boat. They're going to do everything to it. any repairs that need doing to it. But this is a so it's I can't tell you what type of boat it is. We're trying to keep all the details of what type of boat, what it looks like, and everything else off of anyone, because what we don't want is any of the people that are looking at this to know what boat we actually have, because then they know what to look out for. So let me just tell you that we have a boat, and the purchase of that will be live streamed, so you're fully aware where your money went. Yeah, so we're gonna have it serviced. We're gonna have, I don't really know what the terminology is for it, but we're gonna have everything done to it. And then whatever money's left over, we're gonna use for life jackets, obviously fuel and any other equipment. And if there's any left, we're happy to donate that. We're gonna put a poll up, and we'll donate the rest of the money to a charity, maybe a charity that helps veterans or helps homeless or something like that. Probably only be left for about just over 1,000 or something by the end of it. So anyway, moving on, because I know that people are enjoying their Saturday, and probably don't want to hear me waffling too much. So what's going to be happening with that boat? Well, again, I'm not going to tell you exactly what's going to be happening, but we're going to take this to the next level. When it comes to Dover, as you know, really quickly, firstly, the first thing that I did when I went down to Dover was I found this facility. This was a few months ago now. And then when I went to that facility, and I did a video, you probably remember it. I was live streaming it, pretending that I was looking for a dog, all that stuff. And I was contacted by someone that used to work at the facility, if you remember that. And he basically told us everything and more that we knew about the facility and everything else, which showed us exactly what we thought was going on there. So yeah, so that was that. And then when I went back, as you know, I entered the facility, which is a really eye-opening video for me, just to actually get in there and see the levels that they're going to. So to facilitate this invasion of our country is on another level. I mean, imagine if they had that set up for homeless veterans. You know, come in, sit down. You're going to be processed. You're going to be given clothes. You're going to be given the 5-star treatment. You've served our country. You know, or just even homeless people or people of any level that are British, that are English, that are falling on hard times. Incredible that they're putting out this red carpet for people that have never put into the system, that are a huge danger to our society, which is categorically factual, that these people are coming from countries that you know that we spoke about before. I'd prefer it if, I'm going to read that out, but I prefer if people didn't donate to me on anything now. We really don't need it. We cannot wait for politicians. I'm going to read it because obviously we can't wait for politicians to save us. Every day is mixing every single day. By then we won't be European anymore. Waiting and voting will condemn existence. We will do ourselves now. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that on a level. But please don't donate anything. Please, we've got everything we need. I'll now be going back to, we do not need money for anything. Please don't donate even on here. So yeah, the next one was the live streaming of the Migrants. So as you all know, I live streamed all the boats coming in. The boats were coming in, and you guys see it through a lens. So you guys see it through a phone, you guys see it through a laptop or whatever. But when I saw that, when I saw those boats coming in and I saw those men from those, and it's nothing to do with their skin colour, it's to do with where they come from and the attitude they have towards women and children and the way they behave in their home countries. That's what this is about. And when I saw them and I realised that these men are going to be coming from all sorts of third world shitholes, excuse my French, it really affected me. It really affected me, and it really made me realise. And then watching them walk up that jetty. Where you from, mate? Somalia. Okay, what's it like in Somalia? Iraq. You know, and it's just like Afghanistan, and it was just like, what are we doing? What are we doing? So that day, the lads that came with me, we all have jobs. I own a business, they own a business. They couldn't stay, rightly, because I couldn't make them stay, because it's not fair on them. You know, so I stayed another night. And then obviously I did that. Yeah, and then I did what I did, and I went home. But then I got home and I felt this burning sensation. I was like, I've got to go back. I've got to go back. As soon as I know they're coming back in again, I've got to go back. I've got to keep showing people, the public, what is actually going on in Dover. Because we all talk about the migrants being in hotels. We all talk about HMOs, and that's relevant because that's within our communities. But there is only, like, imagine this. Imagine if the migrants, which in some cases they are, but the vast majority of these men coming from these countries, when they hit France, the majority coming from the boats, and they're all coming from Gravelines or Dunkirk or further down towards Calais or even in Belgium, and they're descending on our country, but in one single place. And this is what frustrates me a little bit about the pressure not being on at Dover, because Dover is the only place that they are entering on the mass scale. And there's no one there. There's no one there putting pressure on this facility, putting pressure on Dover, putting pressure on the fact that every migrant that's raped and pillaged and committed a crime, and there's been thousands and hundreds of thousands over the last 3 years, they're all coming through one place. And the place that they're coming through is literally like that. It's like, it's all there. So that, yeah, so when I went back, I brought a couple of lads with me. This time they'd ramped it all up. You probably saw it with the live video. They put fences around the whole thing. I mean, the fence was going to stop me. So when I was issued the section, whatever it was before, the week before, when I live streamed them coming in through the boats, I got a bylaw handed to me. And they said, you know, this is the bylaw, you need to leave. If you don't leave, we can get the police to remove you. So I pushed it a little bit further and a little bit further and a little bit further. And I thought, you know what, I've got to leave before I get arrested here. So under my impression, that bylaw law was only for that day. I thought, they can't ban me from here for the rest of my life. It must be just for the day. At no point did that police officer say to me, you cannot come back within 3 months. You cannot come back. If you come back, you'll be arrested. On that day, if I'd have come back, of course I would have been arrested, but I didn't think it long term. Anyway, so when we went back there on the Monday, which was Bank Holiday Monday, straight over the fence, straight over the other fence, straight down. And it was eerily quiet, considering how good the weather was. It was eerily quiet, considering the weather was okay, the ocean was okay, everything, all the green lights. And then we realised that actually what was going on is that they've just signed the New Deal. And what they probably can't have is within a couple of days of signing the New Deal, having thousands and thousands come in, just a bad look. But then that's obviously reality became very apparent in the next few days. But so I wasn't there very long. I think I was there about 45 minutes. And then I jumped over the fence again, jumped over, and the police were there, and they manhandled me. They put the cuffs so tight on me. They were trying to, you know, I was really getting to these people. And the ironic thing is that all of that process for me, all of the fencing, all of the security, all of the police, like, they're all panicking. Danny's back. Like, they're all panicking, like, genuinely all panicking. Oh God, put fences up, put the security around the whole building, everything. To do what? What were they doing that for? They were doing that to stop me from entering. You couldn't write it. You could not write it. They're doing that to stop me from entering that location. That's the point we're trying to make, is that you're literally putting out the red carpet for these people. Yet for someone like me, who's a British and English lad, trying to show people what the crack is and explain to the public, you're pulling out all the strings to prevent me from entering somewhere. It's insanity. So I was arrested on breach of a bylaw, and I was also arrested for aggravated trespass. Now, the aggravating factor of that trespass, here we go, guess what it was? The aggravating part of it was the fact that I made the security for the facility move from their post and walk round the facility to look at me. That's it. That's the aggravating factor, which could land me in jail for 3 months. If I get convicted of this and if I get charged, I haven't been bailed, if I get charged, they can send me to prison for 3 months because I made the staff at the facility that's involved in facilitation of our invasion of our country, I made them move from their post. 3 months in jail. But then men that are coming from countries that are going on to rape and hurt young English and English people are just left to do whatever it's insanity. It's so insanity. So I am not organising anything in Dover. It would go against the breach of my bail conditions to do so. I am not organising anything. I am simply about to tell you about something that I've heard is going on in Dover. So on the 18th of April, which is very soon, I believe next week, there is a demo being held in Dover. And I believe there is a lot of people that are going to Dover to put pressure on the entry point to the invasion of our country. For all of those people that go to hotels, that go to the barracks, that go to the demos, if you've got an ability on the 18th of April to make your way down to Dover, to be stood with your fellow patriots who are going to do that on the basis of putting pressure where it needs to be applied. When you're outside the hotels, when you're outside the HMOs or outside the barracks, that's fantastic. Yeah. But this is so important, because at the moment they're all sat there laughing at us. They are laughing at us because there is no pushback in Dover whatsoever. Now, people kept saying to me, Danny, why do you keep going down there on your own? Why do you keep going? Because I don't want to involve anyone with the madness that I'm risking. Some of the madness that I do, I don't want to involve anyone. I don't want to end up getting anyone nicked. So I do it on my own because it's important that I can go and do what I want to do. And if I need to shoot off, like, you got to remember, I commando crawled on that first day that I tried to get the, when I got the footage, I commando crawled at 4 a.m. down the port where the building site is, and literally come up, because they were all stood there, and it was crazy. But when it comes to the 18th of May, 18th of April, there's going to be a large demonstration outside the migrant facility, which is the entry point to the invasion of our country. It has nothing to do with me. I obviously can't go because I'm banned from Dover, but I'm asking you, if you care and you've seen the videos of me, you've seen what I've done, if you can be down there to give the support to the lads that are going, you know, they've seen what's happened to me, and they said, you know what, Danny, we're going to go on the 18th of May, we're going to go down there, and we're going to start applying pressure where it needs to be applied. So please, if you can, I'm going to be pushing this over the next, pushing this out for other people. It's nothing to do with me. I'm not organising this on any level. For you old police officers watching this, 18th of May in Dover. Like I said, it's a very important that we apply pressure. If I could go, I would go, but I can't. So that's a bit of a shame. So the next thing I want to talk to you about, which is probably the most important part, is the 16th of May. You know what's going on in Ireland. You see what's happening in Ireland. On the 16th of May, and maybe even before that from what I'm hearing, people are understanding that they now have a duty. They have a duty as citizens of this country, as fathers, as husbands, as brothers, as sisters, to do something to apply pressure to the government. They are taking us for absolute mugs. You know that, I know that. And what Ireland are now doing is they're showing you what type of pressure is needed to be applied to start making and sending a message. And that is exactly what the Irish are doing. They're sending a very clear message. And I believe that this year will be one of the most important years in our patriotic recent history. I genuinely believe that. So when it comes to the 16th of May, let me be absolutely categorically crystal clear. It is let me talk to the men for a second. It is your absolute duty as an English or British man to be in London on the 16th of May. Because if you're not, you should be shamed for it. That's how far this goes. If you're not in London on the 16th of May, standing up for no one but you and your family and your children and their futures, or your family's future, then you should be shamed, absolutely shamed in the fact that you're not there. I know that this goes beyond, let me be absolutely clear about this. I've been doing this for 10 years. I've organised demonstrations up and down the country. I've been involved with Tommy for 10 years. This goes beyond Tommy. This goes beyond that. People that just wanted to be left alone. The lads that just wanted to get on with their lives, just wanted to pay their bills and get on with their lives, they are the ones that are now listening. They are the ones that are now coming on the 16th of May. And that changes the game entirely. Because before, you had a lot of people that was lots of Tommy supporters, a lot of supporters of the cause, but now everyone understands the reality if we don't stand up. So that's the message. You have to be in London on the 16th of May as an English and British man. And if you're not, don't tell me that you had an event to go to or it was your sister's birthday and you couldn't get out of it. This is now seriously an important moment of our lives. Nothing takes precedent over this. Nothing. And I mean that, absolutely nothing. What we're doing on the 16th of May, and for the Met police officers watching this, I need to make something extremely clear. We are not going to London to commit violence against anyone. That doesn't achieve anything. Okay? And I'm being honest with you. What's happening is British and English men, I mean, women as well, in World War II, it was the men that went. And I believe that we are in a scenario where the men need to take control. Just because it could be dangerous, it could be risky for women, for children to be, when it gets further into the night, whatever, it could be risky. But we have to do what needs to be done. And that will be made extremely clear on the day. Now, there is panic behind the scenes. And I know, and people are questioning me and my messaging to the public. Okay? Now, I'll tell you exactly how it is. I don't care about the moaners. I don't care about the left. I don't care about the police. And I say that as not in the terms of we're going to fight with them. I just don't care about them because this isn't about them. This is about us. This is about our country. This is about taking a stand and sending a message that's so massive that they cannot ignore it. And it will be beamed around the world. And I believe on that day, we will have hundreds of thousands of English and British men willing to do what's necessary. And that is the important part. I'm doing it for my daughter, for my sons, for my mother, for my sister, for my whole family. Because when I look back in 20 years' time, they say, were you part of the 16th of May? That turning point. Because you've got to remember, we're going to have an election before the 16th of May. We're going to have the local elections in early May. And what's going to happen is it's going to wipe out Labour. It's going to wipe them out. And I promise you it will. I can see it. I envision it. I saw it with the Brexit vote. They got in different terms, but they're going to get wiped out. And what's going to happen on that day is it's going to show where this is leading. And it's leading to change. That's what it's leading to. But I will be making it very clear on the day after everything has come to an end. And normally those people would then walk off and go home. Well, that's not happening. That's not happening. It's not going to be done violently. It's not going to be criminal damage. It's not going to be fighting with the police because that's what the police want. That's what the government want. They want you to start throwing things at them so they can get heavy-handed. We're going to do things a little bit different. And I'm not going to announce any of the plans until probably 24 hours up to the day so they have no ability to stop anyone. So it's going to be a very interesting day. It's going to be very, very, very satisfying for the patriotic movement of this country and everyone in this country. You got to remember the left are a complete minority, but they do control the loudest voices. You may have seen the left having their protest a few weeks ago in London. Let me make something extremely clear. They were to do with unions, organisations. They took every loony lefty from every part of the United Kingdom and they bust them in and they used the streets behind Downing Street to put all of their coaches. I mean, it was incredible, hundreds of coaches. They think that we're stupid. They think that we think that that's the public. It couldn't be further from the truth. And when the 16th of May comes around, that's the organic support. That's the grassroots of British and English communities coming out and saying no, just like Ireland are doing now. just like Ireland are doing. And there are conversations happening that mimic what's going on in Ireland, and we'll see. We'll see how this goes. But I believe genuinely that this is the time to do it. Now, I'm waffling a bit, and I know the boxing's on, but in reality, we have to be careful what we say. You have to be careful. I have to be careful what I say, because they would love nothing more for me to slip up and say something that they could then arrest me for and prevent me from doing anything. So I'm very careful of what I say. When I say things like, we're not coming to London to wave flags, we're not coming to London to walk down roads, I mean that. I mean that. I'm not going to London to listen to speeches and listen to music. I'm not. I'm going to London to send a message. Not a violent one, not a fighting with the police one, but we're sending a message. And people go, well, what do you mean? It will show on the day what I mean, because I know I have millions of lads behind me, and Tommy does, and everyone else that's putting their effort into this. And when it comes to the women, now let me talk to the women. Without you, men would fall apart, and we know that. We know that. Yeah, you're the backbone of this country, women. And we know that you play a part as much as anyone on the 16th of May, and we love you for it. We genuinely love you for it. But I've got to be honest, we can't do what we need to do and worry about our women and our children behind us. Remember that. So when I talk directly to the men and I say things, take it as that we care so much about you that we want to do this in protection of you. But we want you to be part of this on whatever level that it transpires to be. But make your plans. Do not wait until like the first week of May or second week of May to know what it is, how you'll get in there. Yeah, I know for a fact there are coaches being booked from every single corner of this land, from the North Highlands of Scotland to the fields and the hills of Wales, to the streets of Northern Ireland, and obviously the core of England. They are coming from everywhere. And anyone that says, what will this change? This is not a protest. This is not a protest in our eyes. You know, I'm not an organiser for the 16th of May. I have nothing to do with the 16th of May in terms of the staging or anything like that. I'm just coming as an English and British patriot to London to stand united and stand with the lads in England, Northern Ireland, Scotland and Wales. I'm there for them. I'm not there for that. Because I believe after everything that I've seen and everything. And so in terms of where this is going to be, there's going to be a meet point for us. I'm going to put out a meet point. And because I know that we'd love to turn up. Telling everyone to just descend on one place in central London, I think is a bit of a mistake, because you'll have people that are over there that want to. So I'm going to put a meet point out where I want people to come and meet me. And then we'll walk together. We'll walk together and we'll do what we need to do. I'll leave it at that. You know, this is the reality that I've come to conclusion of. Am I risking something? Yeah. We should all be risking it. It's time. We're never gonna get. Yeah, it's the 18th of April, not May. It's the 18th of April in Dover. 18th of April. We're never gonna get a moment like this again. This is something that has never happened before. I promise you. I promise you. So get yourself booked on them trains. Have a contingency plan, because you know what they're like. If they cancel the train, you need to be able to have a contingency plan. You know, the good thing is you can use London